Hey there. Welcome to the Spring Bar. Right this way. I've got the best seat in the house.
All right, welcome everybody. Glad to have you here. I am Joe. This is Michael. We will be talking all things spring catalog for Bulova. So I just got a message from our friend Florida Mike, who is at the 24 Hours of Daytona, and he says no, he will not be joining us for this recording. The race just finished, so too bad for him. And let me take a quick picture here to show him what he's missing. And we'll just talk about him, and he's going to have to edit himself in or out, I guess.
There's going to be so much. There's going to be so much chatter. It's going to be almost impossible for him to edit it out. He's going to have to deal with it. Well, I wonder. I thought you were going to tell me he was snowed in Orlando, but
oh man, yeah. So we're recording right in the beginnings of Snowmageddon for those of you in our East Coast family. And what apparently you were saying it's going to be a couple days, perhaps.
well, it's going until tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday when this recording comes out, and so yeah, it probably will be a couple of days before they can clean everything out and get it back to normal. So we
Good
haven't
Lord.
had we haven't had 12 to 15 inches of snow in New York in the New York metro area in a long time. So it's been at least 5 years. So everyone's just getting reacquainted with the mess.
With the and the concept and everything. Hopefully you got your galoshes out and you're ready to go.
Yes, galoshes. Now that's a word that they don't use in California
No,
or Southern California.
absolutely not. Like I don't even have socks on today.
Nice.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. So what's going on, my friend? How are you? This has been 2 weeks in a row now. So I
This is
feel like we got to catch up.
this is a record 2 weeks for me in a row and 2 weeks in a row wearing hats. So there
See?
you go. We're breaking all kinds of rules. Um, no, last week's episode was super fun, and it was great to hear Michael Satterfield and all his racing wisdom and knowledge. So I actually enjoyed listening to it after you guys released it. So that was fun. And today, I think you guys are, as has also per usual become a little tradition, kind of reviewing the catalog, so to speak.
Hmm.
So the spring 26 is out. It's a tight introduction, so not too many new watches for spring because we dropped a lot last year with the 150th, and we had a lot of new watches last year. So we're just still digesting, some of that, and we'll have a nice tight intro now for spring.
It's gonna be an interesting thing. People have been commenting about some of the new releases already, and so there's been some interesting stuff to field and talk about that. But if you've been following along with the Gentleman Racer, you will see that he has picked up his project car, which is going to turn out to be a much bigger project, I think, than he was anticipating. That sucker looks rough. And he has pictures of it driving back from Palm Springs in California to where he lives in Texas. And was just, I'm like, where's the hood? It's like, oh, it's in the back. I'm like,
Yeah, but he loves that.
oh,
Michael loves that stuff, and
if
he's got a pretty good crew back home in Texas. So,
if he can pull off the design, that's going to be a stunning car. It's going to look really, really good. So just follow along with that, please. I think that build's just going to be exceptional. And if you haven't been involved in any of the automotive build community or people that do that kind of work, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I highly recommend it. Well, sir, let's get into it. What are you wearing? What are you drinking?
today I am wearing, because I need to get into the spring mood. I'm wearing a green dial for spring. I'm channeling spring, Surveyor.
The
So
Surveyor.
nice, clean, basic uh,
It's a
watch.
great
But
bracelet. God, it's a good
yeah,
bracelet too.
I'm channeling my inner spring today. So Surveyor.
I have the pistachio one, and I just love that. I absolutely adore that watch.
And I'm drinking today. I am drinking. It's winter here, so I thought I'd go with a nice red
Oh, look at you.
Barolo.
2022. That's
A
nice.
nice Barolo for you guys in the winter spots of the United States.
I am a huge Barolo fan. I will tell you that right now. That's such a lovely, lovely wine. Very robust, pairs well.
Pairs well with the Spring Bar podcast.
Pairs well. Well, I have got on in honor of our dear friend Florida Mike, who is at the Daytona 24, who does not own a mechanical chronograph for whatever reason. Right? It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. So I have been trolling him all weekend with every mechanical
Nice.
chronograph that I have, and so this is the deep sea chronograph with the lovely kind of not quite a slate gray, almost like an admiralty blue. It's an interesting color combination, and new old stock bezel. It's fantastic. And in order to keep with the weather, I have a pear cider that I will be enjoying
Oh,
along with
very
your
nice.
Barolo. So
It's amazing how those ciders have become so popular. Wow.
the Ace cider stuff has always been pretty solid, and the pear. If I have to choose between the two, I like a pear better than I like an apple. But the
Okay.
apples are always really good to get.
I've never had a pear cider ever.
Oh well,
I'll have to
I'll see
check
what I
that
can
out.
do about that.
I have to find out where the nearest pear cider is available here in New York.
Probably at your well, maybe not at your local bodega. Maybe not. You might have to go
I'll go to
to.
Total Wine or someplace like that. I'm sure that, yeah,
I'm sure
those
it's
guys.
available there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're talking about the spring catalog, and as you know, as Michael gave us a lovely intro on, you drop new stuff catalog wise twice a year. There's the fall catalog, which is mostly the bigger pieces, well, a little bit larger. Spring catalog was traditionally an insert, right? For the full line catalogs.
The insert part of it comes we really print one full catalog a year. We'll incorporate spring plus whatever's new for fall into one. So the spring just gets the supplement until we do the one. So in essence, we really do one full catalog a year, which is the summer fall one, and then the spring gets just the new additions that didn't make the previous season, right? So it's
But
always ongoing.
it's always churning, but then
Yeah.
also like I know that the whole industry has changed a little bit because it used to be one large reveal at some of the Swiss shows that everyone would drop those things in, but now it's been piecemeal pieces for different show, different events, just dropping kind of little hints and pieces every so often.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes from you guys. I'll say the collective
The
consumers,
cool,
right?
not as specifically. We're not.
No. The collective, consumers, like they want newness. They want new things on a more constant basis, not just, I mean, the old school way was definitely, the Basel Watch Fair, for the Swiss watch brands and even for the
Right.
Japanese and others. That was the big fair, and it was always, end of March, beginning of April time period. And then everyone would do the big reveal for the year, even though everything wasn't coming all at once. It would come, from summer on, let's say.
Right.
But that was not enough in a way, and certainly the first half of the year would be kind of very quiet. And so I think, brands have evolved so that there's a nice drop going on, on a pretty continuous basis.
Do you find yourself paying attention to that within the office and say, okay, who's dropping what? What are the Joneses doing? Do we have to keep up?
It's not about keeping up. I think we're just interested in what people are doing in terms of, new things, what directions, what materials, what colors,
Yeah.
I mean, I think all brands are probably, subscribing to some sort of service, that helps, look out,
Yeah.
12 and
Yeah.
24 months. Yeah, the lead times are so long. That's a challenge, right? It's just everyone has long lead times, and no one's got an advantage there for the
I mean,
market.
I remember hearing they always talk about sports fashion and what the athletes are going to wear and how that trickles down, and that the colors all seem to be similar, and yeah, there's the lead time for that, and you're 18 months out. It's always been interesting to me to know that there's a little bit of coordination that happens in some fashion.
Yeah, and like, Pantone, who's one of the big, Pantone is a big company in terms of dictating color trend and they have their yearly reveal of what the color of the year is going to be for the next year. But even that for most watch brands, it's hard to make that window. I mean, I don't know if most watch brands, will be able to make the window of dropping that color right in that same time period as the color of the year, let's say.
Oh,
Just
absolutely,
just to
absolutely.
use that as an example, right?
Yeah,
So it's just directional, I would say, for us.
you have to make that right guess.
Yeah. Or at least know that the palette of where things are going, let's
Yeah,
say, because that also affects paint, whether it's Benjamin Moore or, affects home furnishings, obviously fashion,
car
everything.
colors, the whole bit, right?
Totally, all of it, all of it, all of it. Yeah.
Well, let's dive into the catalog here, and I will throw it up on my screen. And so we can see that. So talk to me about your Cover Girl watch here, because
Yeah.
this is the Curve, and it's a almost a like a cola, a very dark brown.
It's not as dark. It's probably not as dark as it's looking there. The dial has some translucency to it, so when you hold it in your hands, it doesn't come off as dark maybe as that, but it is beautiful. It's a beautiful color. Um, uh, this color palette, speaking of color, is definitely, coming back again, with the browns and the taupes,
Yeah,
the beiges, that whole color, palette is definitely coming back. But this is the big news here is it's the 10th anniversary of Curve coming out. It was 2016. I had just joined the company, just a few months before this watch came out. And I remember I was like, wow, great time to join the company because they're releasing, this crazy, world's first and still today at 10 years later, only curved chronograph movement.
how long was the development of that? Do you know? That
Yeah,
was
I
certainly a
mean,
while.
it was at least 5 years prior when they started. So when the engineering started on this watch, it took, quite a few years to because people may not understand the curve is the dial is curved, sorry, the dial is curved, the hands are curved. I mean, everything, I mean, obviously has to work, in complete unison. And previous to this watch being, created, there were Curvex watches. People probably remember Gruen, Curvex, and there were many others. But that was just kind of like a fake out, if you will, an illusion. They had a very small movement
Yeah,
in the middle of the case, and then the ends of the case were curved down, but there was nothing curved in between, everything in between in the
yeah. It was always
middle.
that. It was a smaller movement, and it was always flat. It was
Yeah,
always yeah,
and then the ends were, yes, the ends were the curvex, on the ends, but nothing in terms of the movement, the hands or the dial, were curved. So these guys, took it as a challenge to say, hey, let's really make the whole thing curved and let's have some fun. And so that's what kicked off the project. And then in 2016, we launched during the Basel Fair. Speaking of Basel, that
correct,
was where
right.
we first launched it. And now we're celebrating this milestone with a smaller case, which I would say is the main headline here at 41, 41 and a half to be exact. And the lug to lug is 50, so they're just under 50. So it's
I've
really a nice, really
I've
fits
seen the
nicely.
size. I've seen that size case. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's going to wear really, really well. And then there's also some other strap options that come with it too. We'll
Yeah,
get into
so
that.
there's an extra strap that comes with it. It's 49, sorry. It's 49 lug to lug, not 48. 49 lug to lug.
So then you got, your beautiful drawing. God, I love that image. That's such a great picture too.
Yeah, that's Maiden Lane,
Maiden, uh-huh.
downtown,
So
downtown New York.
starting off here, we've got the beginnings with this, and it's the ring watch.
Yeah.
So talk about that for me for a second, because this is something that's like, who else has got a couple? There's a couple of these that are going around right now. It's a really
Yeah,
popular trend.
the fashion brands, I mean, the fashion brands came out with it pretty quickly, probably almost a year and a half ago. And it's funny, we have it in the archive. We were looking at it, and we just had so many of the things going on that, it was kind of in the queue, so to speak.
Yeah,
but it's out now, so we're thrilled about it. And we did it, we did it our own way, and we added a lot of nice features, to the watch. I think the main feature here is the sizing, or the comfort fit. It's We're using a Tubogas shank on the watch, so that you really cross over about two or three sizes. It'll fit up to two or three different sizes. It's not sizable necessarily, so you can't size it, but you can pretty much wear it on one of the fingers. It'll fit. One of the
That's
fingers.
it's such a cool conceit. Like you don't, not everybody's doing it. There's a couple that are around. I saw a Casio recently. It was all digital. That was really, really interesting. And so this I think is going to look great. It's a great size. It's a great color.
This is kind of like the next level up, ring watch. Let's say it's a little bit more expensive. It's sapphire crystal. It's a reproduction of a 1923, Art Deco ring watch that we did. We have it in the archive in the museum. So it's really steeped in our history. And it's fun, and it's not super, super expensive. It's not really cheap either. And, it's kind of fitting in that middle, but it's not meant to be disposable. It can definitely be used for many, many years to come.
Yeah, it's nice. That's a really cool little watch. Moving on, we've got these here, part of the classic line, and some of the ladies' pieces. I mean, it's a great size. It's a 30. You've got the two-tone case. You've got the beautiful bracelet. That watch is killer. That's just great.
Yeah, this one's 22.7. So again, really on that kind of mini, feeling. Very hot trend right now amongst ladies, especially the younger sect ladies, really wanting that mini, their grandma, watch that they've found in a drawer somewhere. And then two tone, really very,
Yeah.
very hot right now. It's very versatile color. You can wear it with your gold. You can wear it with, your silver. So I think we're right on trend, and it's a great price. Sapphire crystal here as well. Yeah, this is going to do real well.
And then coming down a little bit, you got the square shapes that go along with that. Similar
Yeah.
2023, different bezels, two
So
tone, silver tone.
this watch, and again, I think everyone who's listened to this podcast before knows that we work on pretty long lead times. So we were already working on this when a young lady by the name of Taylor Swift decided to get engaged back last summer. And the best part of the whole engagement was her photo, and she was showing off her ring, but more importantly, she was wearing a beautiful Cartier watch,
Right.
which was exactly in this shape that we had already been working on. So we were like, oh my God, thank you, Taylor Swift.
So talk to me about the dial, because you got so we got an opaline dial, and then we got some textures that's going on, essentially just where the minute track would be, right?
Yeah, so you have a mother of pearl on the left, and then you have kind of the zone dial.
Yeah.
Both of them, all three of them have the same zone dial, which gives you that kind of very smooth
Yeah.
interior, and then you have a little bit of that
Like a-
texture around the sides. So it
Yeah.
gives you a little bit more depth instead of making it all plain. And again, two-tone,
Yeah.
gold plated, anything that's gold tone right now is really, really hot. We're seeing the trend where gold is so expensive that, I don't know what the spot price was at the end of the week, but
Oh,
we've
it's
been
it.
in the 5,000 an ounce range. And so gold, real gold, solid gold has left many people's budgets at the
Oh,
moment.
it's so funny. Like you see people that are going through. I'm willing to bet that there's just going to be a ton more movements are going to be showing up because people are melting down the cases. And then I've seen people that have been going to scrap real expensive watches because they get more from it just for the
Yeah.
gold content than they are from the watch itself. Such an
Yeah.
amazing thing going on right now. All right.
So we imagine that, we're going to do really well with both, all three of them. And,
Oh, I don't see why not.
yeah. The lug to lug is 30. So again, just for people's, visualization on their wrist, it's a really nice lady size here.
And then also with the way that that bracelet is, that's just going to drape. It's going to drape so good that everybody's going to be able to wear that watch. That'd be a really it'd be an interesting men's piece as well. But
And both both
speaking
are
of,
qu- both are quartz also. We didn't say it, but they're I must just in case they're both quartz.
all right, Super Seville, precisionist movement,
There we go.
continuation of what you guys have been doing with this watch and just the way that it's been coming through. They're so good. If you haven't had the chance to see one, you need to go check that out. But I want to talk, okay, black and gold, classic. Yes, okay, thank you very much. Let's talk about this red one. This is the Year of the Horse watch. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
What is the dial?
So it's a multi-layered dial. So if you can imagine the base, the ultimate base of the dial is gold. So it started out with a gold dial as the first layer underneath, and then the different layers of the dial. There's like three different layers on the dial, which is giving you a lot of rich depth and beautiful luster, beautiful color. Yeah, it came out really spectacular.
Like
They did.
different shades of red going on there. You move the name of the brand up onto the minute track right up at the 12 o'clock. God, it's such a great little design element there.
Yeah, these are also limited to 888.
Hmm.
Using the Chinese zodiac, we thought we would lean in on the eights, as eights are a lucky number in Asia, especially in China. So leaning in on that, and these have been. Honestly, I wasn't. I was a little nervous. I wasn't sure. We hadn't gone down this road, before, and this was something, kind of new for us. And I'm just pleasantly surprised at how well it's been received.
So yeah, I want to ask you about that because as far as I'm aware, like there was a Caravelle Chinese zodiac wristwatch with the symbols of the zodiac and the numerals. This is the first time that you guys have leaned into the trend of a year of the insert China zodiac here, which has been something that's popular in a couple other brands. What made you decide this year for that?
I think you asked earlier, when we started, about other brands and, watching and seeing what other brands do. And of course we pay attention. And we've seen over the last many years, this continuing trend on, dropping a year of
Right.
watch, embracing the Chinese zodiac. So, I think we had some people in the office on the PD team also, kind of paying attention, and they went after it and said, let's do our version of that. And certainly most of the ones that are out are very expensive. They tend to be on the more upper end of the watch industry. And so really ours coming in, at 895 is a very attainable price point. So kind of fitting in with everything that Bulova does. And so this year is the year of the horse. I can already say to everyone that come next December, we'll be dropping the year of the goat. Next year is the year of the goat. And that's breaking news here first on the Spring Bar
On the
podcast.
Spring Bar Pot, like and
I have to
subscribe.
I have to do that because otherwise they won't invite me back. So
No,
every
no,
time I give them a little tidbit, this way they invite me back.
breadcrumbs, right? It's all about the breadcrumbs. Because, we have so many people banging down our door to get broadcast rights on. So just saying, I love this. I absolutely love this watch. I think that the colorway is great. I saw somebody post one and I asked immediately about the dial. And he's like, you can't really get a good photograph of it. The dial has a lot of depth and a lot of life to it. I think that's great. Who did the design? Where did the horse image come from?
In New York.
In-house?
Yep, in-house. I think everyone's heard me say before, if you've listened, our design team is at the Empire State Building, and they work very diligently on these designs.
Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. I love that. I think that you guys are going to do really well with that. This is the smaller ladies size.
These are really cute. I mean, really
Yeah.
cute. These are 25 millimeter. Um, not not a precisionist movement because we don't have a precisionist movement that size yet. We are working on
I heard him
it.
say yet. He said
Yeah,
yet. Everybody focus on that.
we're working on that. This is a quartz. This is a regular quartz, but they really came out. I mean, cute is really the word here because every time I see ladies, look at these for the first time, you get a lot of that. So these are going to do real well.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. I think that the colors are great. That sort of there's sort of a regular mother of pearl. There's this red tone mother of pearl, and then just a silver, straight silver dial, or a little bit of texture to that dial. It's hard to tell.
It has texture. It has some textures to it.
Like a
Yep.
linen, almost.
Not linen, but
Some
it has some finishing to it.
okay. It's gonna be good. Those are gonna be
Yeah.
really good. It's a good shape and it's a really good size that goes with just about everything else. So I think that you guys are the way that the designs are coming through is just fantastic. Okay, we talked about this last episode.
Yes.
This is the new British Racing Green
Yep.
Racer.
Yep.
And so it's chronograph, but you've changed the movement from the other versions of the racer, and the 24-hour totalizer is gone. So it's more of a standard chronograph at this point in time. Great colorway, you know, contrasting subdial hands, lighter green. You got the green pusher up at the 2 o'clock position. That watch is fantastic.
Yeah, it's hit the ground running already. We just started shipping and already we can, it's funny how, certain things once they hit right away, they start moving out and this watch is doing really well already right out of the gate. It's a nice watch. It's beautiful. If you're into chronographs, it's a reasonable chronograph. Especially when you see prices out there in the world of what a chronograph costs today. So it's in a sweet spot.
Oh, without question. And also, you have this one has the design feature. You have the tuning fork logo down on the lug. I love that. I think that's just it's a beautiful little touch, and it to me it adds a whole lot to this watch. I really enjoy those a whole bunch. Then we move down and we've got the Marine Star mechanical now,
Yes.
mechanical movement. So 8000 series
Yes.
Miota,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so you got this
Screw down crown. I mean, real diver. I mean,
right.
it's a true diver. It's not ISO, but it's got everything else. I mean, it would make ISO, I'm sure, if we sent it for ISO certification.
So you've got this gradation on the dial, moving from lighter in towards the center pinion, and then darker out towards the hour markers.
Yep.
That's pretty. That's pretty. And so it's either on a bracelet or on rubber.
Correct. It's those three colorways. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
on the left you get the rubber strap version. The strap's also nice. It has a little, I don't know if you can tell there, it has a kind of a little indentation going down the middle.
Yeah,
It has a little depth to it. So
some
it's nice.
texturing that adds onto that,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's a rounded edge to the lug, which is nice because you see with a lot of the aftermarket straps is completely flat. And so if the drape is if it's a little, the lug to lug, if it drapes and you got that weird angle that comes up, and it doesn't look like you're going to have that here, and that's a nice touch.
Yeah, this is 41 millimeter and it's 48 lug to lug. So it's a really nice size. It really, really fits your wrist really well. Unidirectional bezel. I
Yeah,
mean, definitely a watch that you can do a lot of water sports. And we were really missing this. We didn't have this in the line over the last several years. So I know the team out there is really excited about selling this because we haven't had it, and
yeah.
it's also at a really good price point, sapphire crystal. It ticks all the boxes here.
Aluminum insert for the bezel.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be a great addition. Okay, this is the new VWI collaboration is the wrong word for it. It's a military chronograph with the 262
Yep.
movement in it. And this watch, I was having a conversation with somebody about that actually this morning, and they were asking like, I don't remember that watch. And in the community, in the collector community, that style watch, that particular watch, the chronograph, the with the black dial was incredibly sought after for a number of years. There was a black dial, there was a tan
Yeah.
dial that went with it,
Yeah.
and so now this is sort of an olive drab, and you've got the VWI logo that's on the case back.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
I was just there last week. Funny enough, I met with some of the students that are going through the program. Really nice bunch of guys, and now there's ladies as well.
Fantastic.
Couple of ladies that are in the program that I got to meet. Sam, of course, was there. He's super excited, about the watch because this will be the second one because the first
Uh-huh.
one is still in the line, which is the hack. the traditional hack, which also has the special case back for his version, and we give back 10% of every watch that we sell back to Sam and the school, I should say. And this will be the same. So 10% of each watch sold will go back to Veterans Watchmaker Initiative. Um, they are growing. They have a really good class that will be graduating in June. And he just wants to be able to serve more students, and he does need the money. So anyone who's thinking about a watch like this, know that there is some good that will come out of it. Not only you enjoying, really nice new watch, but also the proceeds of every watch will go back to the school.
Yeah, the sword hands are a great touch on that. Real popular within the community. Those were selling secondary market for above retail for a while, which I was just astounded with. So I think that's a great, and the leather strap,
Yeah, really
the
nice,
strap game has
soft.
really come up, man.
Soft. I mean, even Sam, funny because we had the watches with us. You'll see there's a lot of content. The reason we went there was we wanted to interview Sam and the students, and
That's
so we got
great.
a lot of new, fresh content. You'll see that on our socials within the next month or so. But Sam put the watch on, and he's like, "Oh my God!" He goes, "This strap is really soft." So there's no break-in period with this strap. It's
Yeah.
really very soft and subtle.
And then coming down, we have this is the CoverGirl watch. This is the new
Yep.
curve, and you can see the difference in the textures on the dial. There is the translucency you were talking about. You can see some of the inner workings. Those watches, like if you haven't seen one in person, you haven't put one on, you got to, man. You got to. They are incredibly comfortable.
I think what's cool, I think what's also cool about this watch is that it's proprietary to Bulova. I mean, this is a movement that you can't, if you want to buy a Bulova watch and you want to make sure that you're not buying something that you're going to see anywhere else. I mean, this is the kind of this watch, even the previous watch that we had, the precisionist movement is obviously also proprietary to us in-house. And I don't know how much people realize, there's not a lot of brands, and this price point at least, that have in-house proprietary movement. So it's something really cool. And then the last part of this watch, not only I mentioned earlier the size, so this is a new smallest curve, really. Up until now, this is the smallest curve that we've made with chronograph version, is also the bracelet system. So there is a super easy system. And unfortunately, you can't see it from the photo, but there's a button underneath each end at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, where the bracelet meets the case, and it's as simple as pushing. You
Yeah,
literally just push the button and it comes out, and then the strap has an end piece, same button, goes
slips
right
right
back
in.
on. So brand new system. We haven't used
Yeah.
that system before anywhere. We created the system for this watch specifically. And so size, push button, interchangeable strap. I mean, a lot of fun stuff here.
A lot of benefits. That's a really cool. It's a really cool watch. I don't think people quite get. They don't get it if they don't get the chance to see them. So you like pop into your AD, go check them out, and you'll have a much better experience. Moving towards, we've got the new Mark Anthony's, and there are two for spring, gold tone, a little bit of texture going on all the way through, like a his and hers happening here with the open heart. Oh, those are
Yeah,
nice.
so these are frosted. So if again, we're not breaking ground here on this, but there've been a couple of other brands on the very, very high end of the spectrum that have done this frosting technique. And so we're using a very similar technique to frost to give this watch this kind of like this frosted look. Again, the photos don't do it justice. You have to check them out live, but
Yeah.
they're really really interesting. The ladies watch, I think, is phenomenal at
Uh-huh.
25.5 millimeter. Again, it's a really nice size, um, and a really rich look. I mean, it looks it looks like a lot more watch than the cost.
And then it also has the one, three, and five. Those look like it's a rose gold rather than the yellow gold on that.
Yeah, that's a little subtle. Again, it's a little subtle nod to Mark. Mark's spirit numbers, for those of you who may not have heard other shows, are 1, 3, and 5. Any combination of 1, 3, and 5. And so we try to, add a little, DNA codes of Mark onto his watches without being, we try not to be too over,
Yeah, it's not over the top, but it's a nice
yeah,
little nod.
yeah. Because we
I
don't want, someone may love the watch, but if we threw all kinds of stuff on it that had to do with Mark Anthony, they may say, ah, I don't want all that stuff. But we try to make the watches, stand on their own, and they happen to be part of Mark's collection. But, if you don't care for Mark, let's say, you may still want to buy
You
the watch.
still want to get and I know that the smaller case size for the Curve you debuted in the 150 line on the Mark Anthony's, and that watch and it was that the with the blue dial and that watch is fantastic. So I
And
had the chance to try those on.
it has sold very well,
Oh, I don't doubt that in the slightest.
really well. That's become our number one curve watch now.
No kidding. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Moving forward, talking about all things music, we got our Latin Grammy, and I love this.
All right.
I absolutely love this. I think that the size is fantastic. I love the bezel. I like the blued hands. I like the simplicity of it. This is just great. This is so good.
Yeah. So this Latin Grammys, you've seen a lot of Latin Grammys from us. I mean, they're still on the line, and actually, they still all do really, really well. And they're mostly all rose gold. We've always, they used to have as part of their color was rose gold and red. That was their kind of corporate identity. And about a year and a half ago, they changed that or they evolved it. So now it's kind of like this platinum. Their colors are kind of the yellow. I'm sorry, steel, platinum, and blue. And so that's why this year you see us introducing, a new Latin Grammy that's not rose gold. This is in a steel version with the blue case back and also the blue hands. But it's always been part of our modern collection.
Yeah.
Modern being, trying to be somewhat minimalistic. And so I think your comments, thank you for saying that, because that's exactly, where we were going. We wanted to be minimal and clean, and really, highlighting the dial and the blue hands.
Yeah, I think that's going to be great, and it's a 35 millimeter watch, so we got sort of this unisex thing going on.
Yeah.
It's square, so it's going to wear a little bit bigger at 35 than you would expect. So like, don't think that this isn't something that's going to fit you. And then if we're going to be really really honest, your classic sort of Rolex Datejust is at a 36 anyway. This watch is definitely one that you should go and check out. I can't wait to get my hands on one. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, they came out really nice.
All right, moving on. We have the Sinatra collection. And so, when we talk about Sinatra, it's a classy look. It is always hearkening back to some of the more classic designs coming from the Bulova back catalog, for lack of a better term. And so, you got kind of this sector dial. You've got this difference in colors, a little bit of texture on it. You've got the Fedora logo down at 6, automatics, 37 millimeter. And this is good. Don't get me wrong. This is good. I like this. I like it. I think I may like it better in silver with sort of the taupe dial, because you were talking about different colorways. But that one, that one is just fantastic. Talk to me about this. Talk about where this came from.
This came from the 50s. So this is a watch that, is solidly in our catalog from that time period. With Frank's collections, we always, with Mr. Sinatra, we were always looking at 50s and 60s. That was the time period that we had our relationship, with him. And so this just jumped out at us like quite a while back, actually. And we kind of kept it aside and said, when we're ready, and we have some room in the collection, this is going in. And so it's really that whole spirit. That the strap is a Teju strap. Originally, it would have been a lizard strap many years ago, I'm sure. And we thought the name was great. I've got you under my skin, because this watch is definitely going to get under your skin. Everyone we've showed it to initially on the buying side, let's say, the same reaction that you had. They love the other two, and of course, they're great and they'll do well. But this is so different. This really, and it's unisex. It's
that shape case, man. It's
Yep.
that shape case, and it's coming from a back catalog watch, and I want to say, I want to say it was in the American Eagle line. I had it. I can't find it. I know exactly what it was. There were some other dial iterations of that, but that's the shape, and it's fantastic. Like,
Yeah, and it's funny. It's because it was pre-Accutron, because Accutron was, Accutrons are in the 60s, and you could have easily seen this in Accutron, right? A shape like this could
oh,
have
sure.
easily been in Accutron.
Oh, easily, absolutely, yeah, 100%. So moving forward, we've got the God,
So
that
that
time.
last one, sorry, that last one's quartz.
Yes, yeah,
So that last one's
quartz movement
quartz.
rather than the
The
automatics,
other two are
automatics and the
automatic.
other ones. Quartz movement. I don't think you're going to mind because of the way the small seconds go. I don't think you're going to notice that it's quartz and it's going to
And
bother
it's
you.
and it's really thin too, which is
Yeah,
another important part of this, is that it's a nice thin watch.
yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on one of those too. Tony Bennett.
Tony,
Tony
TB.
Bennett. Man, that dial. God, the texture on that dial is so good. So we've got two, right? There's this sort of this brown and it's almost like a hand hammered texture going in on the dial, and then you've changed the seconds hand a little bit. We've got this little arrow going off on the end there.
Yeah.
That's a really nice little touch there. We got sort of blue highlights on the hours on the outside. That's loom, I assume.
So just so the inspiration for the dial was that Tony, most people may not realize, but and this was said by people who were artists and painters. They said arguably that Tony was a better painter than he was even singer. And so as
That's
well as
hard to believe.
yeah, no, I know, but he really prided himself in being a painter. He spent many, many, many hours of his life, painting. He used to have it's no longer it's been sold, but he used to have a place in the Upper West Side, Central Park West, and his balcony overlooked Central Park, and there were many paintings of Central Park in all different seasons. Tony would spend hours up there, painting. And so we were able to see some of those paintings. And what's unique about when, you painting in oils and is with a knife, you get the indentation in the canvas.
Yeah.
Uh, and so the indentations on this dial are kind of connecting that painter in Tony and how he would do his paintings and the kind of finish that he would leave on some of the paintings that he was doing.
And so I mean, this is brown and gold, but this is the party piece.
Yeah.
That color, that color is so good. So we got sort of almost a lilac, a little bit of a purple, red on the hours, rose gold on the hands, and that's pretty. Automatic.
Yeah, I think the rose gold on that, the combination of the rose gold accents, hands and markers on the purple with the steel. I mean, it's really beautiful. The strap on the brown strap on the other watch is again really soft.
Mhm.
There's no break-in period here. It's going to really, hug your wrist, really nicely.
Yeah.
Again, you get a lot of look there, for the price of that watch. Both of them are automatics. Um, Millimeter size, really nice, 39 millimeter, and lug to lug is 45. So
Yeah.
it
They're going to
really,
wear great. They're
it's
going to wear
going to
so.
really, really wear nicely.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about these two watches.
And so then there was the ladies Rubaiyat, the Ella Fitzgerald, which was last year, right?
Yep, fall. Yep.
Okay. I'm pitching an idea at you because I was thinking about quintessential New York music. Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett. But then I started, okay, well, what about a Ramones watch? What about throwing the Ramones up in the Grammy situation? Just
Okay.
putting that out there for you. And if you can't get the Ramones, then maybe Blondie. And I think Blondie would be
Oh, I love Blondie. I love both of
right.
them actually. Yeah, that's my time period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CBGB's may be harder to book, but throwing that in there for you. Just getting my little bit in. All right, so we move on from here and we move into Caravelle. And the Caravelle line is really starting to have some interest. There's some things going on here, which we're all really, really happy about.
I would imagine on this channel, you guys should be really excited.
We're a little excited. I think that's a nice looking watch.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets more fun. Oh, I don't think you guys are ready. I wish you could. Oh, I don't think you're ready because we have new colors.
The Sea Hunter.
And when we did our episode talking about what colors would you like to see, what would be interesting, orange came up, and we already knew that the orange was coming out, and it was very hard to hold your tongue. That's great. So it's not the same Bulova orange. It's a slightly different orange, correct?
It's not Devil Diver orange. I mean, just we wanted to make sure that we had a different, you know, Devil Diver orange is for oceanographer. You can respect that being Mr. Oceanographer yourself.
I have a grudging knowledge of this. Yes.
Yes. So it's a little bit more tangerine I guess I would say.
Okay.
Not as deep an orange. You know, there's 50 shades of gray and there's 50 shades of orange. So
Fair. Fair.
it is a nice color though. It
Yeah.
really it's fun. I mean, Caravelle is supposed to be young, fun, you know,
And you get the idea
all,
that what's going to stick. What can I throw out and see what would stick? The orange I like, and I'm not going to detract from that. But I think this blue is just fantastic. I like the blue an awful lot. I really, really do. I think that's a great color option. And when Mike and I were lucky enough to see some of the initial renders when the watch was in design, orange had been one of the options, and there's some internal discussion I know, but I don't remember blue like this at all, and I think that's just brilliant. I think it's a great color. I will probably pick up one of those. I'm not
it
gonna.
reminds me a little bit of cotton candy blue from
Yeah,
from the carnival. It's not
yeah.
that bright, but it's kind of leaning in that direction.
And then there's two other colors. You've got this green on green, which I think is just killer too on steel. And so there was the yellow PVD of that, and so now you've got the silver colorway. But then it's not root beer; it's like a cream soda. Man,
Yeah,
that's cool
that's
too.
good. I like that. Cream soda. That's good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that colorway a lot. Sort of a tan dial with a dark brown bezel, and on the PVD, the gold PVD. These watches are they restocked? Or is the initial run restocked now, or are we still waiting?
I believe we have inventory. I just came in last week on the steel. The steel, the steel bracelet blew out. I mean
Oh God, yes.
so that I believe is back. I don't know for how long it'll be back, but it's back. We're trying to we're trying to rush and get catch up a little bit. And then these will come out in May. So these
So
are later. This is a little bit of a later spring launch, so we'll just be in time here for summertime.
get a little bit of traction on it ahead of time. I gotta say, were you as surprised about the way that the Sea Hunter sold? Did it catch you guys off guard a little bit to see them go as fast?
I was not surprised of the reaction. I was surprised of how fast they went. Like I knew that they would catch people's attention. I thought for sure the enthusiast community, would be, very, appreciative and want one. But it went beyond that. I mean, it really did go beyond that. And that's nice. I mean, it shows that, there is a much wider audience out there. We definitely did not order enough for sure.
Oh, so sorry, so sad for you. That no, you got to put in next. Yeah, I think that the people that I have shown that watch to at the meetups that I've gone to, they have all been incredibly impressed. I know that you were wearing out one of the samples and were getting a ton of compliments on it before it had even come out. Anybody that I had a chance to talk to about this watch, there's so much intrigue, there's so much interest. I think it's just great, and it's really exciting to see Caravelle get a little bit more attention, and to see that there could be some really interesting things coming from Caravelle in the pretty near future. So
Yeah.
ladies watches, expansion band,
Yeah.
really nice little size, 24 millimeter quartz movement, basic little watch, something that you can wear. Not exactly a fashion piece, but definitely something that is fashionable. And just
Sure.
options, great little size, nice little taper going into where the lugs are.
I mean, and I just want I mean, you look at the retail price there at $125 and
Come on.
150. So, I mean, just so everyone is aware, I mean, stainless steel 316L. I mean, we're not using base metal here. We don't use brass cases at all. We're using mineral crystal. We're not using plastic. Or I know you guys have had a conversation about acrylic, but in the past, but th these are still mineral. So there's a lot still of, it's pretty high spec
Yeah.
for an entry price. And so this is not disposable. We're not making these to be disposable. There are other brands that maybe, hey, you spend $125 and after 3 years, you just throw them in the garbage. I mean, that's not what we're thinking when we're making these. These are really meant to last.
I'm always been impressed by the ability to repair. And
Yes.
so you can change your own battery, you can repair the
Totally.
watch, you can swap out that makes it fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna do really, really well with that. Then we've got this here, 32 millimeter square looking watch. The colors are great, like blue and silver and black and gold, which is, black and gold is like chocolate and peanut butter. It's real hard to go wrong.
Yeah. Yes. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
But
Date
these
six
are
too.
real nice retro, really nice retro feel. This really screaming at us, late 70s, Bulova had, Bulova and Caravelle had, these shapes. So it's nice to reintroduce a new generation here.
Yeah, man, that's great. I think that's going to be. I think the Caravelle stuff that starting from last year, and the pieces that you were able to show. There's a depth that's going on now with Caravelle, and there's a care and a little bit more sort of finesse going on within the whole line, and I think that's really going to pay some dividends for you guys as you move into this whole next season. Here's a little bit of a bark texture on a
Yes.
oval shaped watch with a really great fitted bracelet in your same colorways. It's so simple. It's such a simple little design, but it's elegant and it's classy.
And really, again, talking about Gen Z and, young people, this is the trend. They want classic. They want ladies definitely want smaller. This is an East-West, which East-West ovals, were very popular at one time, many, many years ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So it's nice to reintroduce an East-West oval to a new generation here.
And then, okay, talk me through this because this is your north south oval,
Right.
but in very much on trend.
Totally.
And I just so you've got on leather strap, we've got an oval, we've got Roman numerals, you got a variety of different case configure, not straps, excuse me. So black strap, blue strap with blued hands. That man, that's lovely. That's a really really pretty color.
And here again, the straps are really soft, feel really good, to the touch. The watch itself, is nice size, a nice thickness also. It's not, it's pretty thin. Just a lot of, again, just a lot of watch here on trend. If you look at, what's happening in the higher price points, above us, way above us, a lot of these trends are coming, for, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the you've got an entry level into
Yes.
that
Yep.
aspirational side. Okay, and then I think the part of our last offering.
These are my favorite. These
Yep,
are my favorite.
the his and hers, right?
Yep.
Beautiful little. So it's, textured dial. We've got a two tone, almost like a linen dial, Jubilee style bracelet. That's great. It's great, and you have this one and the two tone, and then you've got a solid gold with the similar aesthetic.
The star of the show here is the dials. I mean, you guys can't, probably really appreciate. It has a linen dial, this linen dial to it that really came out phenomenal. It looks so rich. I mean, this looks really like a lot of money on your wrist.
Yeah, and at very little for the price of entry.
Yeah, no, the really great price points. Again, all solid stainless steel, mineral crystal. This is quartz, so you have a
Yeah.
nice, nice thin case there, quartz watch. You just can't go wrong, even if you just need a banger. You need an
Uh-huh.
extra watch, you just want to have an extra watch, even if you have a much more expensive watch, but you don't want to, wear it everywhere or, you're concerned about it. I mean, this gives you a lot of look.
I
For
I like the his and hers aspect of it too, though. It's been a minute. It's been a minute from that to be in the collection, and I think that's just a really nice little.
We get a
I think
lot
that's
of requests, Joe. We've had a lot of requests, from the trade, wanting that his and hers. There's a lot of gifting that goes on, and they want that. They want that ability to have the same watch.
And so I think that takes us through the catalog, and it's a little addition. Not a supplement, but it's the spring lineup, and there's some really good stuff there. There's some really interesting pieces.
But don't forget, we had a really big year last year also. Like, so
True.
we still have a lot, we have our curve, with forged carbon. We have, you
That's
know,
so good too.
we
God,
have
that case is good.
our lunar pilot with Damascus dial still. We Shelby's almost gone, but we still have a little bit of Shelby left out in the world. So we're just trying to give ourselves a little space. We do have,
Recover.
yeah, a little bit of space, a little bit, time to recover. Trying to fill in some holes, where we have some, holes like the Marine Star automatic. That was a gaping hole,
Yeah.
in our assortment that we didn't have. So we're fitting that in there to fill a hole. And in fall, I mean, we have another, whole new lineup coming in summer. So lot of fun stuff happening. I mean, we have to manage ourselves sometimes.
I can see that. I can see that. So we have some questions. There's some questions that I have. So there's the new Shelby that we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
That's going to be when? Is that for fall next year?
That's this year. That's this year.
Soon.
That's fall this year. Yeah,
Soon.
yeah.
Okay.
So, yep, that'll
That's
be
going to
fall
be
this year. That'll drop. Um, that'll drop July.
that'll be great.
So it'll be
I'm
great because I mean our current Shelby is we're pretty much sold out. There's
it is such a good watch too.
yeah.
It's
I
so
mean, whatever's out is out in the world, so to speak, right? So if the ADs or stores have Shelby, that's pretty much all that's left. So this by the time July comes around, that'll all dry up, and so it's great because you know people like to collect. So when you have the first one, and you're going to want to have the next one too. So
all right. I have a question. Teaser question.
yeah,
Are you keeping the same case or is it going to be a different case?
different kids,
Okay.
totally different watch.
Oh, that's gonna be exciting. We don't know anything about this. He has not shared anything with us about this, and I'm just throwing that out there for everybody to know that this is gonna be a
It'll
secret. It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very
it'll
excited.
be connected to a car. It'll be connected to a different car, obviously a different Shelby car, but it'll
Okay.
be it'll be as equally an important car as the one that we launched the first one with.
All
So
right. So it's gonna be what the GLH, right? The
we're
little
not we're
tank.
not playing we're not playing this game.
Oh, come on. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be a go like hell watch. Come on, Michael. Come on. All right. Next question.
Yes.
Oceanographer, Devil
Yeah.
Divers.
Yes.
Coming, gone, moved on, moving.
No, 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 no. Never moved on. Oceanographer is a very important part of our lineup. Uh, Again, if it wasn't for the 150th and all the product that we had, coming in for that, we probably would have had an oceanographer earlier. So stay tuned. But yeah, there
Coming.
will be another oceanographer coming.
Okay. Okay. Makes my heart.
Yes,
But
you're good. You're good,
okay,
Joe.
thank you. I just need to know. And then what about the GMT? Because there was the Wilton GMT, which was that larger size with that same movement, and then there's the Oceanographer GMT.
Yep.
That's such a good movement. It is such a good movement. I think there's a lot of room for that, but I don't know if that's something that you guys did a whole lot with, or there's a plan for that.
It's funny, we were talking about it in the last 10 days. And so we don't have anything right now slated, but we have been saying, oh, there's been enough time since already, that GMT was out, and there's pretty much not a lot left, if anything, in the market. So you could see us coming back with the GMT. I
Oh,
think it's a great movement.
it's a great movement.
It's a Miyota movement, so it's ours. It's available. Actually, we debuted that movement, the Wilton,
Correct. The
the first
Wilton.
time. Yes.
Before it went to
Um,
anybody else.
right, right. So I think you'll see us back. You'll see us
Okay.
back with another variant, but it won't be this year. It'll be probably 27.
That'll be fun. I can wait because I have to say that out of most of the recent releases, not all, but most of, the Loom is hands down my favorite. I thought that that watch just came out so great. I wear it a lot. I get a load of compliments on it. I think it's just a fantastic watch. Absolutely
Mm.
fantastic watch. So then last well two more questions here. Accutron. Accutron releases for spring. Much? Anything? A little bit? Kinda?
No, not spring. Spring we still have a lot of deliveries to do of the tuning fork. That kind of came late. You know, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
supposed to come in October, November-ish. So we still, we're still delivering tuning forks, 314. Also the Forge Carbon,
Hmm.
that's, still just getting out. So we'll be delivering. So that's really still kind of new this spring, Forge Carbon and tuning fork. And then second half of the year, we have a really nice, interesting, new, some totally new for Accutron, beyond electrostatic and beyond tuning fork. New,
Something else. Okay. All
new.
right. I'm gonna have to start pumping Richard for that. We'll I'll harass him.
Richard's been sworn to secrecy. He
I'll bribe him
can't.
with cigars. I got an idea. There's something in my head. We
Okay.
might be able to make that happen. So
Okay.
you try to delve some hints out of him, and then so we're gearing up. We have the Winter Olympics happening here relatively soon, but the Summer Olympics in LA, and Bulova was a huge sponsor for that in '84, and I remember because I went. Is there anything in the line of like Bulova and Olympics or Bulova and something, nothing like that? Not
No,
yet.
no Olympics. No, because
Ah,
that's pretty much Swatch Group. It's pretty much tied up by Swatch Group.
yeah, but we already know that your bioceramic is better than theirs. Come on.
Uh, I don't know about that, but
I,
um, they
I do.
they they have a I don't know how many years at this point agreement. They also do the timing.
Right.
So Swatch Group has a company called Swiss Timing. It's a totally separate division within inside the Swatch Group that does timing for all different kinds of events. But the Olympics is the largest of what they do. So
Right.
they're deeply involved with the Olympics. So we won't be doing anything there. You have World Cup coming to the United States also. We won't be
Also
doing
true. And
we
you know,
won't be doing anything there either.
oh, I
But
man, because there's just I think that there might be some country colors that could go really really well with that, and that could be a lot of fun. So, all right, that's the spring line. Those are the questions that I got.
we
So
do have, well, now it's not in the catalog that we just reviewed, but it will drop probably sometime middle to end of May. So there is a new hybrid ceramic watch that is going to, and it's just one, but it will be rallying around the 250th anniversary of the country. So
perfect.
yeah. So that's authentic to us because obviously,
Exactly.
being a US based brand, that was important for us to be involved in. It's called Sailforth 250. It's a it's the relationship is with them. It's a combination of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and they are doing a massive campaign here during the month of July, leading up to July 4th with the large clipper ships that will be coming from all over the world, in and around New York Harbor,
Oh
uh,
wow.
up and down the Hudson, up and down the East River. So it's a multi-layered, multi-week event, and we'll be the official partner of that.
That's cool. All right, I'm gonna have to look into that some more. That'll be fun. That's gonna be great. Because there's nothing quite like clipper ships and a
Yeah,
flotilla of
no.
them.
And what people may not realize is that when Joseph Bulova moved, when he opened up on Maiden Lane, and for those of you who don't know New York, Maiden Lane is down by the South Street Seaport, so it's very close to the water. It's basically one block, two blocks off of the water, and so we imagined that, Joseph Bulova would see clipper ships dock there all the time because that
Sure.
was the mode of trade. Trade with Europe, was coming, into that port. And so there's a lot of we have a lot of newspapers and papers just in general that always have clipper ships,
Right.
being photographed and being shown. So
That's
we thought
cool.
that was a whole other layer. So stay
That's
tuned
cool.
for that. Maybe in the coming months, when we come back, we'll show you that watch.
Oh, that I would love to see that. That'd be fantastic. I'm excited. I'm excited. It is, and because it's not quite the hangover from 150, but it's not as big of a year, right?
It's a big
It's a
year.
big
Oh,
year. It's a big
wait.
year. Don't give every year is a big year.
You didn't see fall yet. You didn't see new Accutron. You didn't see new
You
Caravelle.
do
You
you
didn't
keep you
see you didn't see all our new jewelry that's coming. What's wrong with you? Oh my God.
somebody's not sharing things with me. That's all I'm saying. How can I
It's January.
January? We're trying to work on an 18-month timeline too over here at the Spring Bar Cop podcast. Just saying.
You know what? I think I miss Mike.
The voice of reason.
Just kidding.
Yeah, thank you, thank you,
Mike who?
Mike. Who? So we're here. We're at the end. We've gone through the catalog. Do you have a last call, sir? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to drop? Any concerns, complaints?
No, no complaints at all. It just again, thank you to you guys, you and Mike, although not Mike so much this time because
Not Mike. Not Mike.
he
Just
couldn't
me.
even make it. He couldn't even make it for the podcast. I mean, things are
Good,
getting
right?
pretty bad.
And we do.
Um,
And he's virtual for all of this stuff.
Unbelievable.
Lack of
No, thank you
dedication.
to you guys for always, giving us a platform. Thank you to everyone out there who is always so enthusiastic about our brands, whether it be Accutron, Boulevard, Caravelle. We really appreciate you. We don't take you for granted. We do try to listen to what you guys are saying, and that helps us. I mean, it helps us make better product that, will be more accepted by everyone. So please continue sending your comments and your suggestions. It's definitely something that we pay attention to.
I have two last calls, and I've waited to ambush you.
Great.
First last call. Wittenauer.
Yes.
Nothing. Maybe. No.
The challenge is bandwidth.
Okay. Yeah, I would. We've talked about this a little bit offline.
It's bandwidth.
I would love to have a little bit more in depth conversation. And you brought up bandwidth, and I think that if we're looking at the resurgence of Caravelle and the amount of attention that you put into Caravelle, and I know that we have spoken offline about Caravelle specifically as well. I know the amount of care that you guys have been trying to take to get a resurgence in that brand. Wittenauer has somewhat fallen off. It's a mark that you've maintained, that you've held since 2000 or close to it. But there's not a whole lot happening with the catalog with
Bulova
that.
bought the company. No,
Right.
Bulova owns it.
Right.
No, we bought everything lock, stock, and barrel. So I mean, we own the brand outright. I mean, it's just about bandwidth, time, and people. Really, people more than anything. And so it we have to make sure. Bulova is always Bulova, right? And that's the big beast there. But it's taken us years on Accutron, obviously,
Yeah.
and it's all, it's pretty much the same people that are working, on these brands. And so in order in order to add Wittenauer back in a serious way would mean that something else would, suffer.
Right.
And the three other brands that we're currently working with, and everything comes from here in terms of like the three brands and Wittenauer would the genesis of all of that work is in New York. So
Right.
whereas other brands, I didn't mention, they're based in Tokyo, and there's people working there, on that. I'm not saying that they don't help us and also do things for us, but the genesis of those things for Accutron, Bulova, Caravelle, and if we, jumped into Wittenauer in a more serious way, is going to come from the same, group of people, and so
Right.
they're already ready to kill me. So I can't, I can't do that to them. I don't want them to leave.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just asking. Just asking.
Yeah. No,
My,
that really is. I mean, we love Whitney. We worked on a project. I think I told you off camera, I think a week or two ago, whenever we worked on a project during COVID on some of the retro styles, Whitnauer from the 50s and 60s, which were some really beautiful Whitnauer watches,
yeah. So
stylistically
yeah,
speaking.
yeah. There's some really interesting stuff in their back
And I
catalog.
mean, even to the point where we have samples, the whole thing. So we already did some of that work, but in order for it to be done correctly, it does require more. Then, not even talking about the distribution side,
Right.
that's a whole other. Who's going to sell it? How do we sell it? Where do we sell it? Uh, Even a
Yeah.
website. We don't have a website. I mean, this making the watches are actually the easiest part.
Oh,
It's
of course. That's the
it,
simple thing, right?
it's all the other stuff for us, that requires, time and money and people. So
And because you have the significant presence in the brick and mortar, you have ADs, you've got places that someone can go and physically see the watch. And it's something that we've talked about a lot on the podcast that like you have to go hold it. You have to go put it on. The specs only tell you less than half of the story. Seeing the watches in person. The sapphire case watch that
or the Mark Anthony
Mark
stuff.
if you don't see that in person, you're
Yeah.
not going to get it. The pictures don't do it. You have to go hold that watch. You really, really do, and it makes such a huge difference. Yeah, and that's without
No.
even seeing seeing the packaging and everything else. You go, oh, I love that.
So we love Whitnauer. We own the brand. We love it. It's just in the queue, it's just in the queue. So
It's buffering. It's
yeah,
baking,
it's just,
gestating.
yep.
Right. Okay. The last call, the second last call that I have came from a listener who has had recently. He's had people that have been grabbing his images, pictures of his watches to throw into to sell and using it as part of their retail. And so whether or not they actually have the watch or whatever, speaking from someone who does content creation, my pictures suck. And I get called out for that on a regular basis. So nobody really steals my images, but I know it's happened to some other people. It's like, you know what, man? Get a decent camera and just start taking your own shots. Don't take somebody else's stuff. Or if you do, at least give them credit. Give some kind of shout out or something like that. Because to be able to say, oh, this is what you're going to get. This is the image that you're going to get. Don't be that guy. Take a picture of the real watch. And make sure that you denote that, because I'm certain that I see it happening online a lot when I go through eBay, and it's basically screen captures of the production shots of Bulova watches. It's like, this is what we're selling. We're selling you one of these, and I skip through those. I need the flaw because that way I know the watch is really there. Versus
Right. Yeah. That's not. One of our shots that was done in a studio is not going to be the same watch that somebody's been wearing for a year and a half or 2
right,
years. Right? They should be taking a photo of that.
yeah, should be your own watch. Should be the one that you have in hand. That's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's all I got. So today, Michael, you and we are the Spring Bar Podcast. You can reach us at the Spring Bar Podcast at gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at the Spring Bar Podcast. I am Watch Taylor UPH, all one word. You have changed your handle. Let's have it one more time.
I am at Inside the MVMT movement, Inside the Movement on Instagram.
It was still the same logo. So same picture, different spelling.
That's right.
And so until we have Michael on again to tease us with other great things.
I think the cliffhanger is Michael coming back.
Of course.
Is he coming back? We don't know. We're not sure.
He's stuck in Daytona and may decide to stay. So
Joe may have pulled a coup.
It's new year, new me.
New year. Yes. Joe's in charge now.
I'm in charge, and we'll have Michael on as the new co-host. It'll be fantastic.
The only thing he's got on you is that you don't want to do the editing, Joe. If
I
you were to take on the editing, that would be the Mike would be done.
I think that if it's you and I doing episodes like this, no editing will be necessary.
You know this part right here?
Yeah, gone.
It's already been.
Yeah, it's cut. It's gone. Cutting room floor. Well, until next time, thank you very much.
Joe.
Cheers. Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.